Hi everybody. For this tutorial, you're going to learn how to download a file from startup format in your module, a Word document that you are going to be able to edit with your Word program that you have installed on your computer. That's what this particular tutorial is for. I do other tutorials that have to do with how to um, format something in Microsoft Word in your student portal. But if you are lucky enough to have Microsoft Word on your computer, that's the way to go. It's much easier as a standalone program. It doesn't have as many little quirks in it than it does within your student portal. So that's what we're going to learn how to do. And then we're also going to learn how to submit that for an assignment. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to where I've got that startup file located. We're going to go into modules, and then this is what I'm calling the file now, the download file. It may be slightly different later, but it'll be pretty obvious which one you need to go to. So I'm going to click on that, and then this is going to open the next page. And then from here you can see here's the startup format that you need to download to your computer. So I'm going to click on that. And you can see we got a dialog box here that's going to allow me to place it on my desktop. I'm going to select desktop, and then I'm going to select save. And then it's going to go to my computer, my desktop, in the upper right-hand corner. There it is. And I'm going to open it. So to open a Word, to open the Word program, you can either go down here to your dock and open it down here, or you can actually double click on a document itself and it will open it into Word, and it will actually open the program and do both. So now we see what that startup format looks like. Everything that you see here is what you need in order to format something in Word format. We've got 1-inch margins on the left, 1-inch margins on the right, half-inch between here and your header. We got the header up here with your last name. Everything is formatted. Everything is nicely double-spaced all the way down. And when we finish this, you'll see how it is. Everything is aligned to the left. You see up here, align left is selected. Okay, so first what we want to do is we want to access this student last name, because you can see that it's grayed out. Everything down here is darker. This is grayed out. So in order to access it, we double click up in this area. And then it's selected. So we can now edit it. So very, very carefully, I'm going to put my insertion point here and drag to the left so that I only pick the student last name, and that's now been selected. The one is not. That one is a page insert. So if you delete the one, you're going to have to download this again because it's hard. I'm not sure exactly how you insert a page. But if you delete it, you cannot type number 1 in there. Otherwise, you'll have all page 1s. You want to have page 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So now we're going to put your last name. I'm making you John Jones. And you notice how I did this, that there's a space between the S and the 1. That's kind of important. You don't want it crammed up against the 1. Okay, so now we've done that. Now we want to work down here, but it's all grayed out. How do we do that? Same way we got up to the top. So I'm going to double click in this area, and now we can access that part. So what we want to do is if you put your cursor over here, it turns into an upper right facing arrow, and then you can select everything on that line. It's a cool trick to know how to do it. See, if you click, 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 click. So we're going to put your name here. You're John Jones. I'm Professor John, Prof. John, as I call myself. And English 1A, or it could be an English 5 class, depending on which class you're in. And then we're going to put the date here. And then we're going to click on the left-hand side and we're going to select the title. And we know that your essays have to have some kind of an interesting title that reflects your thesis in some creative way. So I'm just going to title this My First Essay as a sort of a place marker. Now you do not want to press return here. If you press return and continue from there, everything is going to be centered. See, this is centered. If I click here, you can see up here how it's centered, center text. We do not want that. You know, if you have it all centered, then everything's going to go in and out here. It's going to go in and out here, and it's going to be really ugly. We won't know where the paragraphs start or end. It's going to be impossible to read. You won't be able to get a grade on it if you do that. So that's why I have this set up over here. You can see the paragraph marker. I'm going to click right here. It's got this tab little marker, the right facing arrow. If I delete here, it's going to go over to the left. If I press tab, it goes in one space. It goes in the space that you're supposed to have at the beginnings of all your paragraphs and your first paragraph. So I'm going to type something here. And then I'm going to start typing just some filler text, some gobbledygook here, just to show you what the formatting is going to be like. When we get here, I'm going to press return or enter, return, and then you're going to go down a space, and then I'm going to press the tab key again, and then I'm going to put some more gobbledygook, some more filler text, so you can see how more of it works once we do this. So some things I want to point out. If I make that go up a little bit, we can see it a little bit better. So everything between here, 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 everything is nicely, beautifully double spaced. No extra spaces between the date and the title, between the title and the first line, between the two paragraphs, all simple double spaced. So that's one of the advantages of using this startup format, is that you don't have to figure out how to get all that set up. It just flows beautifully for you. So the next thing I want to do is I want to get rid of this page break because we do not need it. So I'm going to put my marker over here, my insertion point, and it turns into that arrow. I'm going to click, and I'm going to delete, and then I've got a sample works cited page here. We don't need that, so I'm going to drag down here. Notice how it selects everything as I go, and I'm going to delete all of that. So now we've got the beginnings of something that's been formatted in MLA style completely. For you. It's personalized to you. So what I suggest that you do at this point is you might want to do File, Save As, and keep this. First, what we're going to do is we're going to save this. I press Command S, but you can go to, there's usually a little save thing up here, or you can go to File, Save, File, Save. I'm going to save it, and then this is going to be our essay template. See over here, essay template? So, whoops, I dragged it. So this is going to be your essay template. And so now we want to go to, we've got to get back into Word. Go up here to File, Save As. And then we're going to call it, say this is your education essay. And put that on your desktop. And now we've got two files on the desktop. So the next time you want to work on your next project in MLA format, you just need to open up the essay template and then change this. And of course, you're going to get rid of this stuff right here and make sure that you hold on to the formatting. Everything is all set up. You know, for your next class, you would change the professor, and but you don't have to redo this every time. Saves you time, right? Okay, so excuse me. What we want to do next is we want to figure out, how am I going to upload this? I've created a document, an essay that is extremely well proofread. It's well revised. I've applied a checklist to it. I've gone over it and over it. Maybe I'm giving myself some time in between when it's the one time I work on it and the next time I work on it. So you want to, when you turn something in, have it be your best effort. So once that happens, then we're going to go to your computer, to your Canvas, and then you're going to go to, once again, to Modules. And you're going to go to where you want to turn it in. And in my classes, what I do is I put turn in big letters. See, turn in argument exam here, turn in, you know, just the different things that you can turn in. For this one, let's turn in essay number 1, rough draft. So depending on, which class you're in, this is going to read a little bit differently, but we just want to learn how to turn this in. So I'm going to click on that so I can go in there. And it talks about submitting the assignment up here. We've got a nice little big button for you to push to submit your assignment. And for this this is for my English 5 class, you make sure you want to read all the different things that are on here. There's a sample essay. Usually on this rough draft, I'll put a sample essay so people can see how someone else has written a good essay, an A essay. So what I want to do is I want to click on Submit Assignment. And then I'm going to have to choose the file, and it's going to maneuver, and I'm going to put the education essay be the one that I submit. I'm going to click on open, and then you just want to hit this magic button right here, submit assignment, and then all these sort of things will start flying down from the top, and I can submit this assignment to show you. Here you go. See that? Isn't that beautiful? Canvas is so cool. I love it. Anyway, so that's how you do all of these different things. Hope you got a lot out of this. More tutorials to follow. There are other tutorials that you should check out that I'm doing. Thanks a lot for being here. Bye.